You guys ready back there?
Ready. Let's begin.
Here we go.
Absolutely incredible.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
And welcome to Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. After the actions of both Martin Justice and Christopher Samuel Dean, Empire really should strike back. Anyway, we do have a great show for you lined up. Kevin James will be here to talk about the upcoming contract signing and battle with Tigo at Defying the Odds on March 16th. The number one contender for the EPW All-American Championship, Rick Russo, will be here as he prepares to battle Adrian Vega. Ozzy Hendrix will be stopping by and a whole lot more. Plus, Commissioner Christopher Samuel Dean. To answer the question, why, Commissioner, why? But first, let's recap Broken Dreams. Malik Mayfield defeated Romeo Reese. E-Bone and Tyler Watts defeated Adrian Vega and Judas Iscariot. They are now the CAPW Tag Team Champions. Trench Blythe defeated Bishop Simon. Wolf of War and Ozzy Hendrix went to a no contest, which is interesting, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Rick Russo won a 5-way to become the number one contender for Adrian Vega's EPW All-American Championship, as we just mentioned. The Saints of Pro Wrestling defeated 3 other teams to retain the EPW Tag Team titles and added someone else to their ranks. The Gatekeeper defeated Neshoba. Leo Fox defeated Badger James and Jack Talos to become the AIWF American Champion. And Montego Sika defeated Ray Leon to retain the EPW Heavyweight title. Coming up, Almost Famous Ozzy Hendrix joins us to talk about the no disqualification chairs match that ended as a no contest. Interesting decision by referee Irwin IV. Stick around.
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, the Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
And we're back. Ozzy Hendrix and Wolf of War smacked each other with chairs at Broken Dreams until some visitors joined that match. I spoke with Ozzy the other day. This past show, Broken Dreams, you faced off with the Wolf of War in a chairs match. Now, he's intimidating to be sure, but you didn't cower, and you guys beat the ever-living hell out of each other. One moment that stands out to me, though, and I have to ask you about this, you delivered, 3 or 4 chair shots in a row, and he still got up, and then literally punched the chair from your hands. What went through your mind at that moment?
The chair, at first. After that, it was more of, I knew I wanted it, but that moment I knew he wanted it too. So this is, bad blood is an understatement as far as that goes.
Later on in the match, he punched another chair from your hands to the delight of Lucian Loveless, who, by the way, he has a very evil laugh. I'm sure you knew that.
It's a cackle, like a witch.
Cackle. Yeah, that's when he chokeslammed you back first into a pair of chairs. Obviously, that hurt. We could see the pain on your face, but does the Wolf of War feel pain in your opinion?
I didn't make him bleed, but I still know he's a man. I tore his shoulder apart that first match. This last one, he left holding that one. He choke slammed me left-handed because he couldn't do it right-handed, which I'll give him credit. He still pulled it off left-handed, but it hurt, yeah, for sure. But I know he was hurting.
That match ended abruptly after interference by Black Flag Rising when they attacked. What are your plans for the Pirates?
Honestly, that's not really my fight. That's the Messengers' fight. I think the only reason they came out is because the Messengers were barred from ringside for that, to make the chair match fair. I think they just saw an opportunity to take out one of their rivals, and they took it. I don't think it really had anything to do with me. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't even think I've spoken to any of them. That's not my fight.
What does 2024 hold for Ozzy Hendrix?
More wins. More wins. I got to get back to where I was. That's where the whole fight with the Wolf started. Because I was on a roll, and, I was a member of Gold-Plated X-Rated, and he came in, and he ended up as part of the Messengers, and the Messengers took the tag titles from the Sanchez brothers. And then he was involved in my match in the triple threat with him and Red James, and he took me out just to get himself pinned. But that costed me that title, and so we went from Gold-Plated X-Rated to being broke up, basically. We had a fight in the ring, or the brothers did, and I tried to break it up, and it just escalated later after the event from there, and right now X-Rated's on ice. Breaks my heart. It's one of the top factions in Oklahoma wrestling history, and it's on the shelf right now, and I felt that Wolf was entirely responsible for all of it. But with all that being said, and the battles that we've had, I've actually come to respect him. I'm not entirely sure what his motivations were, or if it was even intentional against me to basically take everything I'd worked for. But he can take a hell of a beating, and he can dish one too. And I feel like he's doing this for the right reasons. He's not here for fame. He's here for success. He's here to be the best. And I can't hate on that, because that's why I'm here too. So that makes him healthy competition, and I'd go toe-to-toe with him again.
Speaking with Ozzy Hendrix, EPW superstar. Ozzy, before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say to those that are hearing your voice?
I want to say thank you to all the fans. Our crowds have been growing every show, and it really warms our hearts that you guys are that enthralled in our entertainment, that you come like it's church, and we love that to death. And I want to say keep it up, bring your friends, because next show it's all for a little boy, and he needs it a lot. So bring your friends, anybody you can, bring the neighbor. Let's help this kid out.
Ozzy's right. Defying the Odds is Omar's fight. And we not only want you to be there, we need you to be there. More on that in a bit. The number one contender for Adrian Vegas EPW All-American Championship, Gun Show Rick Russo. He joins us right after this.
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, The Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
Gun Show Rick Russo joins us now to discuss his match at Broken Dreams and what to expect at Defying the Odds. Russo, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So let's talk about Broken Dreams. There was a fatal five-way for the EPW All-American Championship #1 contender spot, and it looked like the old man still got something in the tank. You did very well in that match, didn't you? Tell me about it.
Yes, sir. I sure in the heck did. Well, with those three youngsters in there, and by gosh, I got to give them credit. They're going to go far in this business. Them three kids right there. And Duncan Kincaid, that's another story right there. Because I'll tell you, the Aints of Pro Wrestling, or whatever they want to call themselves, we've had a feud for a long time. We go back, and being able to get the win off of Duncan Kincaid, that just made my day. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Now, what are your thoughts that our commissioner has now joined the Saints?
I don't care. I really don't care, because I'm in the best spot of my life right now. I'm knocking on that champion's door, and when that door opens up, you're darn right I'm going to take it.
When is that championship match going to take place? Is it going to be in March? Are you going to wait till April? What's the plan?
No. I'm not waiting at all. I want it now. It's going to be March. It's the Fight for Omar, that show right there, March 16th. The gun show's coming to town and taking care of business, if you know what I mean, buddy.
I think I know exactly what you mean. That's going to be a great thing to see. And how long has it been since you've carried some gold? I know you had the tag belt a couple of months ago for about a minute and a half, but when was the last time you had a championship run?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I had another tag run a little bit with Kareem Sadat, and he's in another battle right now. Bless his heart. I love him to death. But before that, I want to say it's been a while. I was the very first Empire Pro Wrestling champion, and I made a run to California. When I came back, I got stripped. So no one ever really beat me for it, But I'm like I said, man, it's been maybe about 2 years or so, something around in there.
Well, the All-American title, which is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's a major title, but that is
yes, sir,
a stepping stone towards the heavyweight title.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, what's that saying? No stones unturned.
There you go.
Doggone right. I'm taking everything I can.
I understand. So yeah, you'd mentioned the show coming up on March 16th. Defying the Odds, the Fight for Omar, a fundraiser for young Omar. All the proceeds are going to go to his family to help him with the expenses with his battle for his life. That's a nice kid. He's a great little guy.
And I'd like to say, if anybody, when you guys are listening, please come to the show. Help this little man. Everybody, please come.
Tickets are just $12, and like we said, all proceeds are going to his family as he battles this terrible disease of cancer, and he's going to beat it. I truly believe that.
Oh, yeah, he will. That little kid, he's a fighter, and he'll come through it with flying colors. I know he will.
So we're on the telephone, like I said, with Rick Russo. Russo, before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say to those that are hearing your voice?
Well, like I said earlier, everybody come on out, watch the gun show in action, watch him become the next EPW All-American Champion, because I'm in that gym. I'm training hard every day for the fight of a lifetime, brother. And champ, I'm telling you right now, you better bring it, because I am.
There you have it. Gun Show Rick Russo calling out the EPW All-American Champion Adrian Vega at Defying the Odds. One of the big questions coming out of Broken Dreams is, why Commissioner why? And I think it's about time we find out right after this.
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, The Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
On our last episode of Rise of the Empire, Commissioner Christopher Samuel Dean had this to say as to why he should remain our commissioner.
My whole reasoning for staying commissioner, being reelected, is the fact that I'm always there. I'm there for the fans. I'm there for the talent. I'm there for the people. CM Burnham's not always there. Guy Sterling's not always there. Those two individuals, and for that matter, Lucien and Junior Wind, they're there for their groups. They're there for their people. They're there to manage their groups and their talent. They're not there looking to progress EPW to the next level. I don't have anybody I'm managing. I don't have any stake in anything except for the fans.
But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore, does it? I spoke with CSD on the phone. The question on people's mind right now is, why did you turn on EPW?
I didn't turn on EPW.
Well, there's people that would say otherwise.
Did I join CAPW? Because joining CAPW would be turning on EPW. I didn't join CAPW. I joined the Saints. I really didn't join the Saints for the reason that people are thinking that I joined the Saints. The Saints are taking the tag team division to a whole new level. They're bringing the tag team division back to where the tag team division needs to be. Back to tag team versus tag team. No more 3 tag teams on each other. No more fatal 4-ways. It's tag team versus tag team. How it always should be. And with that, they're taking Empire to a whole new level. And for those individuals out there who say that I'm not qualified enough to lead as commissioner and that I should just step aside and that I'm letting other groups come in and take control of my promotion, that I don't have a handle on the situation that's going on in my ring, well, guess what? Now I have some backing. Now I have a group that can, let's just say, take care of the competition, take care of those who will step inside the ring and make a mockery of the situation, run amok of things. They will come in and take care of the chaos that has befallen Empire.
You know, Commissioner, last time you were on the show, you were saying that other people that were running for commissioner, you know, they were focused on their teams they represent, and what made you different was you didn't represent any team or any individuals, you represented the promotion. Well, that's not the case anymore, it seems.
You're right. And you want to know what I said to that? If I can't beat them by myself without a backing, CM Burnham's got backing, Guy's got backing, heck, Junior Wind's got the whole CAPW roster behind him. If I can't beat them by myself, why not have somebody or a group behind me?
All right. Is there anything else you have to say to the fans that are hearing what you have to say here?
Everything I'm still doing for Empire. It's still my show. I'm not furthering my own agenda. I'm furthering my own agenda to the point where I'm still trying to be Empire Commissioner, but I'm not furthering an agenda where I'm being lenient towards anybody, except for Saturday night. But that was a show of force. Things are about to change in Empire.
So what do you think? Should we have an independent mind in the captain's chair? Or can any of these men be unbiased when it comes to the men they represent? Something to think about. A title changed hands at Broken Dreams as the returning Leo Fox laid claim to the AIWF American Championship. Marvelous Mike Andrews joins us next to talk about it. Are they concerned about Jack Talos? We'll find out.
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, the Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
This is Rise of the Empire. I'm Anthony Lucero, and I spoke with Marvelous Mike Andrews, and I had to ask him, now that Leo Fox is the AIWF American Champion, are they concerned at all about the wrath of Jack Talos?
Concerned about the wrath of Jack Talos? What a question. No, I'm not concerned about any wrath coming from Jack Talos or Lucien Lovelace or any of those messenger dudes at all, but especially Jack Talos. And let me tell you why. Any room that Leo Fox walks into, he is automatically the biggest, baddest man in that room. And now that he's got the AIWF America's Championship around his waist, nobody in the world can touch him, including Mr. 7-foot Jack Talos.
So what are your plans going forward? I mean, obviously defending the title all across the area, but do you guys have a game plan now to keep that strap around his waist?
See, that's the beautiful thing about having me around, is I have a game plan for everything. That's how Leo Fox won the title in the first place, is he followed the game plan. I tell you what, you want to know what the game plan is next? I'll tell you this. The AIWF America's Championship is just the beginning. We are here to collect championships and cash paychecks, baby.
Will Leo Fox be in attendance at the upcoming show in March?
Well, you see, that's part of the game plan that I just cannot disclose at this time. I guess you're just going to have to wait and see.
Fair enough. Marvelous Mike Andrews, before I let you go, do you have anything else you want to say to the people?
The very last thing that I want to say is stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we're just getting started.
Did he sound scared or confident? And why all the secrecy? Anyway, the EPW Heavyweight Championship is one of the most coveted titles in all of Oklahoma wrestling. And it's easy to see why. You have to be at a certain level to not only grab a hold of it, but to hang on to it. Men like Gemini, Logan Knight, Stryker, they defended that title with pride and honor. Our current champion, Montego Sika, some say is unbeatable. In January, Kevin James Sanchez won Nuclear Warfare, which gave him the right to challenge Tego at Thirst for Gold in April. So does Kevin have a plan, or does Sika have his number?
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, the Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.
You're listening to Rise of the Empire with Anthony Lucero.
A few nights ago, I spoke with Kevin James Sanchez about facing off with Montego Sika during a contract signing at Defying the Odds on March 16th for their heavyweight championship match at Thirst for Gold in April. Kevin, my first question for you is, you've got a contract signing at the March 16th show, 6 p.m. at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center. You're going to be facing off with Tego to sign that contract. Pressure is building up. What is going through your mind right now?
Oh, a lot. He threw a fireball in my face. I returned the favor with a DDT or a few. I don't know, man. There's going to be a lot of built-up tension, a lot of frustration. I'm coming after that championship. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, in your quest to combat that championship, you are facing an army with the GBK. And, Guy Sterling has allies all over EPW and even other promotions across the state. What is your plan to compensate?
Well, how can I word this nicely about myself? I've been pretty, dumb, if you want to say it, because I'll fight them all. I don't care. 24 years, I've fought more than just one person at one time in matches. I'll do it. I'll go through anybody I can just to get to Tego.
All right, so is there anything else you want to say to the fans or anyone that's hearing what you're having to say?
Just be there March 16th, contract signing. Tego wants to get a little out of hand. We can throw down. It don't matter. I've been in there with the biggest. I've been in there with the baddest. I'm not the least bit worried about it.
Kevin James Sanchez joining us here. Appreciate you joining us, Kevin.
Appreciate you having me.
For anyone who's ever watched professional wrestling before, you already know how these contract signings generally go. Tension is going to be felt in that building, thick enough you can cut it with a knife. But will it break at Defying the Odds? We'll learn that answer on March 16th at 6 p.m. Gates open at 5:30, and we will see you there as we fight for Omar. There's going to be some very special things happening at the show for Omar. More on that on our next episode. So until you and I make that next hot tag, I'm Anthony Lucero for EPW. We'll see you on episode 6 of Rise of the Empire as we gear up for Defying the Odds.
This month, Empire Pro Wrestling is defying the odds. Kevin James Sanchez will be in the ring for a championship match contract signing with Montego Sika. What will happen when these combustible elements share the same space? Also featuring Father Padge, along with his disciple, Bishop Simon. Plus, the Gatekeeper, Black Flag Rising, Gemini, and more. And the toughest honorary member of the EPW roster will be in attendance as well, Omar. Omar is a young fan who is battling cancer. All proceeds for this show will go to Omar's family so that we can help them with some of the added expenses as he defies the odds like the champion he is. Saturday, March 16th at the Southern Oaks Recreation Center, 400 Southwest 66th Street in Oklahoma City. It's EPW Defying the Odds, the fight for Omar. Tickets are just $12. Get them at the door or on the Empire Pro Wrestling Facebook page.